So pathetic. Harry's unfortunate situation garners sympathy from others, as he has ended up with a deceitful scam artist for a spouse. Hello, and with all the regal splendor befitting the royal family, we extend our gracious welcome to the Princess Diana News Channel. It's with immense pleasure that we invite you to once again embark on a journey into the enchanting realm of royalty. Let's move on to the video. By persistently pursuing him, intruding on his friend's wedding, and resorting to deceit by feigning a pregnancy, Meghan eventually managed to persuade Harry into matrimony. Harry's relatives made an effort to caution him. William expressed his concern to him about his rapid pace in his relationship with Meghan and urged him to take things more slowly. Prince Philip advised Harry about his involvement with actresses, emphasizing that dating them is one thing, but marrying them is another. However, Harry was more intelligent. He had no choice but to wed this passionate American actress who had been married twice before. And just consider his current circumstances. Despite Meghan's initial ambitions to start off enthusiastically in her royal responsibilities as expressed in the interview, she soon realized that royal duties were not quite aligned with her preferences. She had a dislike for the entire aspect of work. This is largely the reason why she and Harry decided to announce in January 2020 their intention to take a step back from their roles as working members of the royal family. They were on their way to achieving great success in the world of filmmaking in Hollywood. They were on the verge of breaking free from the constraints of their royal existence and finally achieve personal success. They were planning to achieve complete autonomy. The palace's support was no longer necessary. Oh, apart from that one whole year when King Charles continued to cover all their expenses. Additionally, perhaps they could use some assistance for the initial payment on their newly acquired McMansion in Montecito, California. After the funds came to an end and the Bank of Daddy declined their requests, they had the nerve to complain to Oprah about being financially dependent on their father. Ever since, Harry's situation has gradually deteriorated in an unfavorable manner, given everything he and Meghan have released. There appears to be an increasing distance forming between Harry and his family. A childhood acquaintance of the deceased Queen has come forward to express their thoughts on the current predicament involving Harry. And her words aren't very complimentary. Lady Glenconner, a close childhood companion of Queen Elizabeth, has openly criticized Meghan Markle in an article featured in the Daily Express. According to Lady Glenconner, the Duchess had unrealistic expectations, perceiving royal life to be akin to that of a glamorous movie star. That was precisely her belief. Surprisingly, Meghan believed that things were even more unfavorable. She had high hopes for an experience reminiscent of the magical world depicted in Disney movies. This woman's perception is greatly distorted, as she is unable to distinguish between what is imaginary and what is actually happening in the real world. Lady Glenconner, a close companion of the late Queen and Princess Margaret since childhood, had the esteemed privilege of being selected as one of the 6 maids of honor at the late monarch's 1953 coronation, according to the Daily Mail. She held the position of waiting lady to Princess Margaret, the sister of the monarch. In regard to the royal family, when it pertains to the customs and procedures, she is undoubtedly knowledgeable. According to Lady Glenconner, Meghan had the expectation of enjoying lavish rides in a golden carriage following her marriage to Harry. She was unable to comprehend the expectations regarding her responsibilities. I concur with Meghan's belief that she would be traveling in a luxurious golden carriage. However, I do not necessarily share the view that Meghan was unaware of the tasks she was supposed to perform. I strongly believe that Meghan was fully aware of the explanation that was repeatedly given to her. If she lacked knowledge, it was simply due to her lack of attentiveness. However, Meghan's lack of attentiveness proved to be a significant issue during her time as a member of the royal family. They made an effort to assist her. The advice of the late Queen's personal aides was unsuccessful in persuading Meghan, as she chose not to heed their counsel. Every single person made an effort to assist her. To assert that she was merely confused and unaware of her actions after all this time would be at best insincere. During her conversation with Giles Brandreth on the Rosebud, Lady Glenconner candidly addressed Meghan's lack of understanding regarding the expectations placed upon her. I believe she perceived it as a similar experience to that of being another actress. Engaging in riotous behavior while luxuriously riding in a lavish carriage and similar activities. As a member of the royal family, a significant portion of my experiences can indeed be quite dull. Furthermore, she mentioned that it is customary for members of the royal family to come into contact with a vast number of individuals. Certainly, without a doubt. However, Meghan struggled significantly with this issue. Meghan considers herself as being vastly superior to everyone else. She believed that she should be the one in control, even ahead of the other members of the royal family. She had the ambition to bring the monarchy into the modern era all by herself. With such grand aspirations, it was inevitable that she would fail miserably, and that's precisely what occurred. Meghan was uncertain about what was being required from her. No, absolutely not, she was completely indifferent. Lady Glenconner astutely highlights the potential monotony that can accompany one's membership in the royal family. However, Meghan was unable to accept this. She was accustomed to a high-speed way of living. She was accustomed to the luxurious charm and allure. This was her misconception of what being a royal entailed. This is precisely why she initially desired to wed Harry. This is precisely the reason why, upon realizing that she had to engage in actual tasks, she began to voice her grievances. During royal tours, she began expressing disbelief over not receiving compensation for her engagements. This is the reason why she was holding on to the complimentary items as well. Meghan believed that there were no advantages in simply offering assistance to others. She had to gain some benefit from it. Lady Glenconner further highlights the continuous expectation for members of the royal family to engage in captivating and pleasant conversations with every individual. Unfortunately, Meghan was unable to accomplish that task. Let's be reasonable. Meghan is convinced that her circle should exclusively consist of the most exceptional individuals worldwide. She should not be obligated to engage in conversation with the unclean majority. Meghan lacks acting skills as evidenced by her evident dismay whenever she engages with the public. I have witnessed this phenomenon, even among young kids. Meghan believes that her performance is believable, yet it is remarkably insincere. Lady Glenconner is not the sole individual who sympathizes with Harry's decision to marry Meghan Markle, as there are others who share similar sentiments. Lady Glenconner recounted a tale from the recent crowning ceremony of the king. It seemed that she was seated next to American politician John Kerry when she inquired about the American opinion on Harry and Meghan. In response to Lady Glenconner, John Kerry expressed his sympathies towards Harry, stating that all of us share a deep sense of sadness for him. I believe I can simply end it there. John Kerry does not have any connection or association with Meghan or Harry. John Kerry, similar to everyone else, is merely a spectator. I believe John Kerry possesses an intelligent mindset. He has witnessed many things. He has encountered numerous individuals. I sincerely hope that Harry has come across this piece of information. Perhaps this could serve as the catalyst that brings him to a realization. Harry, perhaps it's time to consider making a change if American politicians, who have no personal connection with you, express sympathy for your marriage to Meghan Markle. In my opinion, John Kerry displayed generosity in expressing his sympathy towards Harry. I find myself wavering on that matter. Can I sympathize with Harry while also recognizing his responsibility for his actions? I believe it's possible to have that dual perspective. Unfortunate that he is in this situation. However, on the other hand, I recognize that Harry's predicament is lamentable. I doubt Harry possesses the necessary mental strength to effectively retaliate. However, he supported Meghan in all her deceitful and manipulative endeavors. Therefore, it is essential that he assumes accountability for his contribution to this chaotic situation. In certain respects, I find myself questioning my alignment with Lady Glenconner's perspective on Meghan. I have doubts regarding Meghan's genuine anticipation of the extraordinary nature of royal life, which ultimately led to her disillusionment. At times, I am inclined to think that Meghan Markle had carefully planned and orchestrated every aspect of this situation right from the start. She had never planned on remaining a member of the royal family while having a job. I suspect that it was a deliberate deception from the beginning. Given her delusions, it is likely that she was envisioning a Disney fairy tale scenario and believed that it would unfold accordingly. However, there are indications that Meghan had orchestrated this from the beginning. Consider the fact that she became associated with Netflix prior to her marriage to Harry, or perhaps before they departed from the UK, although the specific timeline escapes me. If her intention was solely to carry out her duties as a member of the royal family, what was the purpose of reaching out to Netflix? Additionally, it's worth considering the possibility that Meghan might be receiving assistance from someone working behind the scenes, although I don't mean to sound overly suspicious. An individual with substantial financial resources harboring strong disdain for the monarchy. In any case, there are thought-provoking options worth exploring in this context. Our video is up to here. Kindly share your thoughts in the comments section. As usual, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might find it interesting. And before you leave, if you haven't already, click the subscribe button to stay updated with all the latest content from the Princess Diana News channel. Thanks for joining us, have a wonderful day, and I'll be returning soon in upcoming videos.